Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to support the channel by supporting my Patreon and joining my Discord. The link for both will be in the description down below. April Fools! Hello everyone, it's Tyrant, and welcome to a brand new What If video. And yes, you did not misread that title. We will be discussing what if Naruto was a Saiyan, but more on that later. Now, I figured that since I wasn't that productive throughout February and March, that I would make all the videos I would have made in those months in, well, April as well. So, don't expect this month to just be exclusively what ifs. But, as I promised, I will be making a lot more what if videos now that April has come around. Anyway, on to the subject of this video. Now you're probably wondering why I'm even doing this. Why combine Dragon Ball Z with Naruto? The two shows have no connection whatsoever other than they're both made by Shonen Jump. But that's kind of why I'm doing it. There isn't a reason to do it other than for fun. And isn't that the whole point of April Fool's Day? To have fun? So, yeah, what if Naruto was a Saiyan? Why do we not waste too much time and go right into it? So, what exactly is different about Naruto? Well, a few things. First off, black hair, not blonde, because, Saiyan. And in addition, also his eyes would be different. He'd have those black dot eyes and not blue, because, again, that's just the natural hair and eye color of a Saiyan. He would also not have his birthmarks, and that's because he is not a Jinchuriki when he arrives on Earth. Remember, the only reason why he had those whisker-like birthmarks was because he was the son of Kushina and she was the Jinchuriki before him. He was essentially stewing inside her chakra, or the Kyuubi's chakra. And that's pretty much why he had the whiskers to begin with. So, yep, in this continuity, he does not have the whiskers. And of course, he has a Saiyan tail. And that's essentially it for the physical differences of Naruto. Why don't we stop wasting time again and begin the story proper? This is part 1 of What If Naruto Was a Saiyan. Our story begins in the deep, endless reaches of space, as we bring witness to an alien creature bring ruin to a dying world. This is Zai, and he is the god of destruction of this what if. Now, I know what you're thinking. Doesn't it seem a bit taboo to bring in my own original character for a what if we just started? Well, two things. One, it's a Dragon Ball Z meets Naruto what if, so we kind of need a god of destruction. And two, there's no one in the continuity of Naruto strong enough to really fit that bill. So, yeah, I kinda had to make my own. And if that still bothers you, just remember that none of this is canon. This is just a very fun thought experiment, so let's move on. Now, while the Destroyer is out being the Destroyer, he notices something pass him by at a breakneck speed. It's a Saiyan pod, and it's on its way towards a tiny blue planet known as Earth. A world that Zai has never even heard of or even been to. He has finished his duties as Destroyer and is a little bit bored. So he decides to go pay this little itty bitty planet a visit for a little bit of funsies. Meanwhile, on the planet's surface, the ninja of the Leaf Village are fighting off against the Nine-Tailed Fox, just like in the original canon. The only difference is that Kushina isn't pregnant. Yeah, I mean, she's still married to Minato, but they aren't expecting a child. So, yeah, that's something a bit different. So, why is Kyuubi out of Kushina? Well, we gotta remember that the Akatsuki still want the nine-tailed fox, so I'm willing to bet that regardless if Kushina was pregnant or not, they're still gonna try and come after her. And they simply try to go after her in her sleep, or whenever she's alone, or whenever. And that's why we have this situation here. Madara was simply being more ballsy than usual. Minato still plans on fighting Kyuubi to protect his village, but how he's going to deal with it, he is not entirely sure. It's not like he has a vessel to seal the thing away. So, at the moment, he's really only concerned of holding it off until he figures something out. Lucky for the village, though, an answer literally falls right out of the sky, smacking the Ninetales right in the side of the head, and crashing into a nearby forest, leaving a huge crater in the area. It's a pod of some sort. Inside, there's a baby with a tail. But before anyone can figure out what's inside the pod, the baby looks up at the moon. And we all know what happens to Saiyans when they look at a full moon. That's right. Naruto, or in this case, Saiyan Naruto, becomes a great ape. And the first thing he sees is the Ninetales. And you know what that means? It's Ozaru versus Ninetales! Tyrant, when did Ozaru one-shot the Ninetales? For a normal Saiyan, yes, as these creatures were used to conquer entire planets. But Naruto is not your normal Saiyan. He is a baby at this point. He doesn't even know how to control this form. So, at the moment, he's just as much of a raging beast as Kurama, if not more. In fact, I'd even say a lot more, because at least the Ninetales can sort of speak. I would say that Ozaru Naruto would likely be more powerful than Ninetales physically, but in his current state is not stronger than him in terms of actual chakra power. That much goes to the Ninetales. But on the other hand, the Ozaru would probably be more durable. But the Ninetales is faster and has more agility. So it's really a war of attrition to see who gets knocked out first. And for that notion, it's currently a draw, with no real clear-cut winner as the fighting continues. Meanwhile, the Leaf Village Ninja are just kind of in shock and awe, just to see a whole nother monster come out of nowhere and start wailing on the Ninetales. As if it were an equal, even. I mean, they're sort of relieved that something is sort of on their side, or at the very least isn't interested in hurting them, but at the same time, it's another monster, it's another threat. Their job just got longer and probably harder as well. Minato is especially puzzled. He has no idea where this second monster came from. He didn't even know what he was going to do with the Ninetales. So, for now, the plan is the old plan, only now there's two monsters to deal with. All the while, Zai is in the sky, at an altitude where no one can really see or detect him, but where he can also oversee everything that's going on. And for the most part, he is somewhat entertained. See these tiny creatures fight these two bigger creatures. He sees them at least ambitious and, well, determined. But does he think they have a chance of winning? Oh, no, no, no. He knows that these two will stand no chance against Ozaru. And he's never even seen this nine-tailed creature before. As far as he's concerned, this thing is native to this planet, but he also believes that this thing probably won't stand much chance against Ozaru either. So, at the moment, he's debating whether or not to really get involved. Ultimately, though, Zai decides to jump in on the fun and joins the fray of battle by launching a flying dropkick as fast as he can, right on top of Kyuubi's head. Now, it should go without saying that Zai is not fighting at full power. That much should be obvious. If he did, then this world would be gone in an instant. No, he's more like fighting at 0.00001% of his power. Yeah, to say that he's holding back would be an understatement. But either way, Kurama goes down and is winded and just overall confused. Who is this man? What did he do? Why is he so strong? Where did he come from? Hundreds of questions are just rushing through his head. Ozaru Naruto notices this and tries to capitalize on this blunder by rearing up a huge Ozaru punch and launches it right at both Zai and Kurama. And Zai promptly dodges, so only Kurama is the one who gets hit, because he's still kind of down from getting kicked in the head. While the destroyer takes on both Ozaru Naruto and Kurama, the village ninja are now even more confused. Who is this guy now? But they slowly just start to not care, because at least this one is definitely on their side. So they decide to help him out. Especially the 4th Hokage, who does inquire who Zai is. Zai gives Minato a general idea of who he is and why he's here, and then inquires if he has any means of bringing this fight to an end sooner, because at this point he's starting to get bored again. Now, Minato is not entirely sure if he believes Zai about being a deity, but at the same time, he saw what he just did to both Kurama and the Ozaru. So, he kind of just puts one and one together and decides just to humor him. As for the notion of putting this fight to an end sooner, he does tell Zai that if he had some kind of vessel, he could seal one of them away. And then Zai gets an idea, and he tells Minato about this plan. If Minato and the rest of the village could restrain Kurama long enough, Zai can deal with the Ozaru, and then once he's finished, he can bring them a vessel to seal away the Nine Tails. Yeah, you see where I'm going with this, don't you? With that plan properly set, Minato disappears to regroup with Kushina and help her get to the other ninja, so they can try to restrain the Nine Tails, while Zai takes on the Ozaru. With a quick body slam to the gut, Zai is able to fly around Ozaru Naruto and is able to cut off his tail, forcing Naruto to revert back to an infant. With Naruto now a baby again, Zai scoops him up and takes him over to the other ninja, where they could try to fulfill their end of the plan. And when he arrives there, the ninja are kind of weirded out by all this. Where's the giant monkey? What happened? And what's with the baby? To which Zai replies, this baby is the giant monkey. And now the other ninja are just even more dumbstruck. They're starting to believe that Zai might be a god after all, and not for the reasons he gave before. So without further question, they seal the Nine Tails into baby Naruto. But, like in the original canon, Naruto's body is simply too small to contain all the chakra. So it is split in half, with Naruto getting Yang Kurama and Minato getting Yin Kurama. And with that, the village is now back at peace. But that does beg the question, what's going to happen to this baby? And Zai just says they can do whatever they want to. It's not his responsibility. That baby ain't his. He was brought here by his people to destroy your world. And as far as he's concerned, that's not his responsibility. They can do whatever they want with it. His people are not coming back to pick up that baby anytime soon. So, Minato and Kushina decide to adopt the little guy, and decide to give him the name Naruto. Zai doesn't care, but as long as he's not going to be causing any more problems, he's fine. He'll be fine, I should say. But he will be stopping by again in a few years. And yeah, he does make that apparent. So, before he kicks off and flies off into the sky, he lets the ninja know one last thing. That the tail that used to be attached to the baby will grow back one day. And when it does, do not let the child look at the full moon. Because if it does, it'll transform back into a great ape. And will not revert back to themselves until the next morning. He then kicks off into the sky and disappears. That is where we're going to be leaving things for now. And oh boy, we have quite the adventure set up. I mean, not only is Naruto still a Jinchuriki, but now he's a Saiyan. So what does this mean for Naruto? You'll just have to wait for the next part. So let me know what you guys think. I was pretty excited to make this video, and I really hope you all enjoyed it. Anyway, that is it for now. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon just to keep up with all notifications. And I will see you all next time.